Agencies are preparing to start a mass polio vaccination program in Gaza. This weekend, after Israel and Hamas agreed to a series of 3-day localized pauses in fighting, the World Health Organization officials have said that 1.2 million polio vaccine doses have already been delivered to Gaza ahead of the rollout. The goal is to vaccine more than 6 million children after the first case of polio in 25 years was discovered in Gaza, born a month before the Gaza war began. Abdul Rahman has played a role in pausing it, something world leaders have struggled to do. Earlier this month, Abdul Rahman was diagnosed with polio, the first case in Gaza for 25 years. The family, 9 children in all, live in a camp in central Gaza, displaced multiple times from their home in the north. The constant moving disrupted his vaccination, his mother says. Others in the camp are afraid and stopped their children playing with him. The virus stopped his progress. He stopped sitting, stop, walk, stop, crawling, stop, and moving. I want him to be treated. He wants to live and walk like other children. Abdul Rahman diagnosis is raised fresh alarm our condition in Gaza campus. The phased PA in fighting with will allow medics to vaccinate more than 500,000 children in states across the territory, but the conditions that caused his crisis are worsening, say aid organization, and their solutions are not straightforward due to the insecurity, the damage, the roads infrastructure, and population displacement. But also, based on your experience with this kind of campaigns globally and worldwide, the 3 days might not be enough to achieve adequate vaccination. Israel Prime Minister was clear that this was not a ceasefire. The war has so far been resistance to both diplomacy and disease, but preventing another layer of tragedy is seen as one small victory. What the foreign policy chief called a drop of hope in see more about the vaccination program. I mean, we are deeply concerned about the levels at which it can be, it might, maybe at. There's one confirmed case that your reporter referred to. There may be many more, because the health system here has been declared largely over the past 10 months. The bombardments, the destruction of clinics, the collapse of water and sewage, solid waste management infrastructure, the malnutrition. These are precisely the conditions in which a vaccine like this reemerges. A vaccine which had been eradicated for more than 25 years inside the Gaza Strip has reemerged. So we are deeply concerned, and at the same time welcome so much as everyone here does respite for just a small amount of time from the bombings, from the evacuation orders that we hope will allow us to administration a successful campaign, working closely with the World Health Organization, the Ministry of Health, and other partners. But as you said, this is a massive effort. We just really hope that it will be successful for the children we are vaccinating. The disease emerging, of course, rather than the vaccine emerging. But just explain for us how you actually get all the children, and how can you be sure that the children there will be reached. Is 3 days enough? 3 days perhaps is not enough, as your previous interview he said, and this will be 3 days across 3 different areas of Gaza Strip: the southern governorates, the middle governorates, and the northern governorates. And the vaccine, most of them have now arrived in Gaza. The personnel who will administer those vaccines, who will register the children, who are raising awareness amongst the community, have been hired, have been trained, are out there who are doing anything in Gaza right now. Incredibly difficult. Surviving the night is very difficult. So we face number of challenges. The fact that there will be causes humanitarian pauses, the fact that there will be evacuation orders make our lives more easy. It means that we can distribute the vaccines, the fuel, the staff to the areas in which they need to go. And my organization will be vaccinating up to half of these children. We are taking about one of our personnel will be involved, and we vaccinating at our primary health clinics that we have at health points that we set up in areas that people have been vaccinated to. We have mobile teams who work in the dozens and dozens of schools where hundreds of thousands of people sheltering, and we will do what would previously have been house to house, but now is tent to tent, largely given to realities of the situation in which people live. But reaching that more our mass number of 90% of children will be very difficult, because we won't quite know how many children there are. We don't know how many are still alive. We certainly don't know precisely anyway. Thank you so much.